Boom. Now, in theory, can you all hear us, Tinterweb? Hopefully that's a yes. I changed some stuff up, so I don't know if I've managed to turn off my mic. If you one of you lot wants to speak. Yeah, that should be alright. I see faces, and yes, they can hear us. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. We are a channel that plays lots and lots of tabletop, and then once in a blue moon I'll play some up with my kids or shoot some people. But generally we are a tabletop channel and do lots of geekery, D&D, Pathfinder, Carbon, Cyberpunky, all sorts of stuff. We like to roll dice, pretend to be characters and kill baddies. Or become the baddies and kill goodies. Or just kill everyone. So, welcome to the channel, hope you enjoy yourselves. If you've been here before, great. If you're new, sit back, relax, enjoy, put some Barry White on, light candles, it's going to be amazing. Tonight we are playing Pathfinder 2nd edition. It is our campaign, The Core of Stone, and it is session 8, I believe. I'm going with session 8. If it changes later on, I'll let you know. If you want to follow us on social media, we are on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Just put in Heavyweight Gaming and you'll find us. If you want to go watch all the stuff we've done previously, all our stories and campaigns that we're playing, please go to YouTube. Just put in Heavyweight Gaming and you'll find us. And there's quite a few hours of stuff done of our current campaigning in our tabletops. So please go there. If you just want to jump on and watch the VOD straight away on Twitch, you can. It stores it for 60 days. If you're not a YouTube person, you just prefer to watch everything on Twitch, go for it. It'll be there for 60 days and I'll put it on YouTube anyway. So it shouldn't ever be lost until I get banned for being a gimmer and they delete everything. That's YouTube. Our sponsors for the show are Just Games. You can go to justgames.gg and they are a gaming store in the lovely island of Guernsey. Stu, who plays our lovely Orc champion, is the owner, king, emperor of Just Games.
Please don't ask about PS5.
You've got a PS5?
Don't ask about PS5.
All right,
whatever you do.
So, over the PS5s, if you go to their website, you can see that they
Xbox is
do
caveat.
literally all manner of gaming. All over the place. It doesn't matter if it's electronic, dice, card, tabletop, Xbox, console. If it's gaming, they do it. So check them out. So hi to Just Games. And our other sponsor is Sawdustandswearwords. So if you go to Facebook and type in Sawdustandswearwords, you'll go to their page and you will see that they do lots and lots of beautiful woodcrafting. So go check them out. I mean, it's proper stunning, some of the stuff they churn out. Whether it be a candle holder or a dice tower or pens, cups, bowls. Oh, Jesus. They've done desks and all sorts. Just go check them out. They're incredible and you should definitely check out their woodwork. Anything else? When we use maps, we use Roll20, which may or may not be tonight, depending on what the players do. So if you like using a virtual tabletop, please check out Roll20. They don't sponsor us, but they are a really good tool to use if you are playing online with your friends. Our background music is Sirenscape, which is incredible for ambient music, whether it be sound effects, actual just tunage in the background, or you want, I don't know, a dragon roaring mid-fight and stuff like this. It's really, really good for bringing out that sort of background sound effects, music, ambience, etc. Nightbot, as Jesus, did it hear me say it? That was right. So yeah, so you can check out Sirenscape. That's really cool as well. Again, not sponsored, but they're a very good tool. So if you're into, again, tabletop, whether it's round the table or online, then go for it. So that's all the sponsors, that's the social media, Sirenscape, bits, there we go. If you wish, or are able to, or do, etc., donate 200 bits during this session. The players will get a free reroll. They can use it on themselves, not any of the DM rolls. They must use it this session, and they cannot have more than 5 at any one point. But yes, there you go. That's the lovely bits. Right, so as you can see, we don't have James on camera as he's playing from elsewhere, but he's still playing, so that's good. But we have James playing Zek the Rogue. We have, give us a wave, James. You have Stu playing Gavain the Champion, and we have Martin playing Tabard the Sorcerer, and Kerry playing Sinis the Bard, aka the Plotter. Just give me it all. So yeah, so lovely to them. So we're going to have a quick recap of the last couple of sessions. So basically they set out from a town amongst the Pride Mountain passes to deliver some packages to the great city of Valkal. During the delivery of these packages, it would allow them to interact with the squire that has sought out Gawain to become their squire. On the way there, they decided to find some ancient lore and bad guys, kill them, get some stuff, meet some druids of the Circle of Emeralds in the Great Forest of Embris, and they came along to Valkal in the end. Now they're in Valkal, they have delivered the packages to the squire, who just happens to be a 9-foot-tall Bolshoi, which is a variant of Goliath, a variant of Mountain Giant, so they are Goliath in stature. And yeah, they've managed to make their way to Valkal and put themselves forward with a anonymous sponsor, as sometimes happens during the Squires. And they've met Gawain. He seems to be in the good books. So we'll see how that goes. He was tested and passed tests. If he didn't pass the test, I don't know what Gawain's level is. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I did a bit of paint by numbers with Sinis. We left Teve and Zek. Zek had just cashed in a load of 3k after they handed over the shield of Glycia to one of the...
I'm retiring! I got like 3,000 gold!
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. You've lost me now, you bastard. Yeah, they handed over the shield of Glycia to a knightly order, the Knights of Crom, who confirmed its authenticity for being one of the ancient shields made out of scale stone. So they're checking that out, got some money for it, got some favours for it, and we'll see what they do with that. So Zek, you have a love letter to deliver and 3k in your pocket. Teve, you are studying with... let me find Luca. There we go. Yeah, Luca. You are studying with Luca, the old law master librarian type of the Knights of Crom, who's going to help you learn a formula or two.
Help
maybe,
me find
possibly.
some magical secrets.
Yes, depending on your
And
lovely
make
rolls.
religious relics.
So we do a mixture of Roll20 and real dice. So viewers at home, bear with. Right, I'm just going to put on some lovely city music. And then we will crack on. Hopefully you can hear this. So chat, the players can't hear the ambient music because of the way streaming works with conference calls and stuff, and the app that is Soonscape. But you guys can, as can I. So I need you to tell me if it's too loud or too quiet, and I will try and adjust it accordingly throughout. Yeah, that don't feel... There we go, that's better. So far the sound is good. Cool. Right. God help me, but Zek, we'll start with you. So, after leaving the where the Knights of Crown were and you were talking to them and stuff, this lot. Oh, where's my city map? Give me a moment, children.
I don't know. Is it on the wall?
No. You were sent it in the Facebook for you, James, to be able to get hold of.
Was I? I don't remember seeing this.
I'm pretty sure I put the map in the Facebook chat. This is where Stu and Kerry and that tell me I'm full of shit.
There's a picture of me looking like a Christmas elf.
That's it, Zek. That's the city map, is you as a Christmas elf.
There's a picture of the lizard fangirling all over the squire. There's some long waffly stuff about some pirates. Yeah, there's just some circles upon circles upon circles. Is that it?
Yeah, go for it.
I
Open
have
it.
resent it.
to save time.
You are a legend because I can't find my map.
Ah, that's the one I found before. It makes it really difficult to read the writing.
Open it and zoom in. You know, it's 2020, man. Jesus. I'm pretty sure you work in tech. So
If I zoom in, that just means I hold the map closer to my face, right?
Totally. As long as you can read it, I don't care. So you, Ravensmoor Ward is where you currently are. Where the Knights of Crown were, where you handed over the shield, got the money, got the favours, etc. Tavay has stayed in the Ravensmoor Ward with Luca to sort out. That's going to annoy me. There's a small over this. Let's get rid of you. With Luca to do a bit of studying on crafting stuff. Sinis and Gawain went down to Slate Heath village to sort out the Squire stuff.
Okay. Well, just before I leave, Tavay, are you like a master craftsman?
Oh, I'll tell you what, I went Slate Falls Farthing.
No, Tavay, you're speaking like a mute. Hey!
Technically, I'm an expert, but not a master yet.
You're not a master. Okay. Do you know? Can you find a master around here?
Luca is going to introduce me to Theodore soon, who is supposed to be the, regrettably, in his words, the best blacksmith around.
Oh, okay. I need you to get him to make my armor better. I can pay upon return.
Okay.
I do not expect to pay more than... It's negotiation time.
Hey, if you want favours from the order, you can give the gold back.
I don't want a favour. I want them to do it for money. 340 gold pieces.
Understand. No less than 3,400 gold pieces.
No, that is... What? No, 340.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. No higher, no lower.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Do you need me to write this down?
No.
No, okay. Alright. I'll leave my armor in your trusty, capable hands. Don't lose it, don't break it, and make sure it doesn't cost more than 340 gold pieces. I'm off to deliver a love letter to somebody for more money.
Enjoy your adventure.
I will.
Right, Zach, what page were you on
Right,
for that?
I'm good. I'm on page 582.
Right.
Although you probably also want 581. I'm looking to get it as an armor potency +1 and resilience.
Cool. So you want it resilient and potency, yeah?
Yes, please.
1-6. No, that's why you said. What did you say? 343 gold?
340. It's already +1, so therefore it becomes.
I'm with you.
resilience
I'm
an
with
extra
you.
340.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So if it's already +1, you're not getting it made +1. You're just getting it made resilient.
Yep, yep.
Alright, cool. That makes more sense to me. Right, cool. Lovely, all over this. So, Tavay, do you wish to do all that stuff first, or Zach, are you off shopping? And let her love deploying.
Send Zach on his mission. We'll you can do your lore dump for the ancient history of the religious order by letting Luca talk to me in a bit.
What?
Well, you're going to say you can do your lore dump for the love letter.
If it involves law, we're in trouble because Zach is not going to pay attention.
Let's not get some static X on this, all right? There is no love dumping.
Stop it.
Right, so Zach,
Yeah,
you go to deliver the love letter.
I does.
Do you know where you're going?
No, it was like 8 sessions ago, you told me. And I've had harrowing adventures with giant scorpions and evil goblinoid creature things and some orcs and a dwarf and some druids, and I really wasn't paying much attention. Oh, there was a wyvern. That was pretty cool. but I don't remember where I need to drop this love letter off to.
Cool. So, can you give me a... where would that be?
I love the fact that Hydra made no impression on him.
Oh,
It made no impression on nobody.
The speed bump.
If that.
And
Yeah,
the
cool.
giant kobolds, my arch nemesis.
Give me an intelligence. Just roll and add your intelligence. I want to see if you can remember.
5.
5?
5.
Cool. You think back and you're like, I've got this love letter, where do I need it to... right, so you check the back of it and you go over your little conversation with Beldak and Delintz and you're like, Coin Ward, gotta go to Coin Ward. Definitely go to the Coin Ward. Yep. Which
Tabard, I'm off to the Coin Ward to deliver the love letter.
Excellent. Coin and you is just the right mix.
I know, it's fantastic.
So, it takes you about half an hour to walk down there. For yourself, James, the city of Valkow is essentially a metropolis. So there are several thousands of people living here. Tens of thousands even. But you make your way through the bustling streets of many orcs and half-orcs of grey skin surrounding... There's a fair odd lizard folk, dwarves. There's not many humans, if any at all, that you pass. But there are quite a lot of dwarves and lizard folks amongst the orcs. You get to the Coin Ward and it is... You may enjoy it more than others, but there is quite a strong presence of banking buildings that do live up to the name of Coin Ward and do indeed hold coin for many folk. There is also a couple of buildings that stand out to you that at first glance are a bit of a parody of a forge. And on closer inspection, just watching what's going on, people walking in and listening to conversation, they are they make the coins. They are known for making coins. Whether they be magical or just plain out currency, you do not know, but there are a couple of coin forges. Across the building that stands out to you that you're convinced you need to deliver this love letter to is called the Runic Silver. And within the Runic Silver, there is a...
It's gravy time.
Ooh.
Is there a name written on the card for who I need to deliver it to?
Yes, thank you for the follow, Arcturus. Yes, so in the Runic Silver, there isn't a name on the letter itself, but you'll remember the name to be called Vestia.
Vestia.
Yeah. So within the Runic Silver there is someone called Vestia that you have to deliver this love letter to, as your memory has never let you down before.
Is it sealed with wax?
Yes.
Is there any kind of stamp in it or no?
There's a small flower design, but not good enough to detail what the flower could be. It's just an attempt at flower. It's not a super official, experienced, well-off, etc. Person sending this. They've literally put a little stamp on it. It looks like they've homemade the seal and stamp kit themselves, and it attempt at a flower.
Okay. Well, while Zek's memory is absolutely 100% infallible, James's memory is crap. What was the name of the person I need to deliver it to?
Not Vestige.
Not Vestige.
Yeah.
Okay, I will go into the building.
Cool. There we go. As you walk in, give me a, is it thievery? Give me a thievery roll.
A thief?
Yep.
Is there something to steal? 31.
Jesus. You're in a fencing building. You
They build
immediately,
fences, like picket fences. That's really nice.
on account of your low intelligence, I'll let you do that. You notice immediately the people that are passing over coin in here, and they have items on the outer surface of it. There appear to be a pawnbrokers, but you this should totally change that word. But they appear to be pawnbrokers, but you're not easily fooled when it comes to the fine art of roguishness, and you can tell straight away that it is actually fence, where you would come to fence items. And there is a large orc, quite rotund, doesn't look like they could sneak anywhere, as they spend a lot of time behind that desk in front of them. Their beard is unkept, their skin is grey and grubby, as if they do not take care of their hygiene too often. And their black hair is salt and pepper with the greying that's creeping into it. And they just stare at you as you walk into the building.
Morning.
Oh, do?
Well, I guess. Yeah, it's a good day today. I'm in the city. It's very nice. It's not as cold as out in the tundra. I'm looking for a not vestige.
There's a moment. Give me a diplomacy roll.
Oh, diplomacy? Oh, we're in trouble. 24!
24? That's not bad. Cool. He looks back at you, he has scratches his beard and flakes of skin come off. He's a proper little grubby shit. He nods. I know not vestige.
Where is he? Or her?
He's currently on a job at the minute. Can I help you?
Oh. Do you know how long he'll be?
An hour.
An hour? Oh, that's fine. Am I okay to wait here? Is he coming back here?
Yeah, it should do, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Looking around, are there any candles?
Yes.
Oh. Do you mind if I sit over here on this little desk here with this candle?
You go for it. Your name is?
My name is Zach.
Pleased to meet you, Zach.
And you?
Just call me Fence.
Fence? Oh, okay. On the account that you fence things, like making fences.
Yeah, it's with a PH though.
Oh, offense. Okay.
And you're going to wait for not vestige.
Yeah, I'm also going to pull out a knife, I'm going to heat it up, and then I'm going to slowly melt the wax so that I can peek open the letter.
Well, cool. Give me a thievery check.
This is when it goes horrifically wrong. 17.
Yeah, that's no problem. Right, cool. You slowly open the wax letter. And, yeah, you manage to pop the wax off it. A fence does not appear to have spotted you.
Okay. The letter, does it say who it is addressed to inside of it?
It does indeed. So, it starts with Dear Porty. So, P-O... Porty, yeah. P-O-A-T-O-Y.
Okay.
There is quite clearly some scripture of roses are red, violets are blue type wording. No, I did not write a love letter in preparation for this.
Yeah, blah, 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 yada, yada,
Yep.
yada. Gets the good stuff.
And then it is signed off, lots of love, Beldak. And it is just merely a very complimentary letter to Porty.
Okay. I'm going to look over at Fence if there's no one else here and go, does not have any nicknames.
Yeah.
What's his
Slippy,
nickname?
Silky, Tiny, Stinky. I gave him that one. There are lots of nicknames.
Nothing else beginning with P, maybe?
Pillock, depending on what he does.
Oh, okay. You don't happen to know anyone called, let's say, Pote, do you?
Not really, no.
No. Okay. Oh well, I'm sure this is the right person to give this to. No worries. I'll wait.
Go. It's a weird world we live in. So while you're waiting your hour, Mr. Tabard, you go and spend some time with Luca. He is very open and welcoming to any questions you have, and does his best to answer them regarding just smaller chit chat regarding crafting and stuff like this. He leads you down quite a long corridor within the temple grounds of the Knights of Crom, to the point where once you get to the end of the corridor, through the door it opens up and the forge is internal rather than an external building in this complex. You walk in, it is super hot. Super hot. But there is a massive chimney at the back, and it is very stereotypical a smithy's forge. Out to the sides you see other tables that don't seem to hold the clutter and dirt and grime of a smith's. They have more delicate tools on them that you've seen used in by jewelers, alchemists, leatherworkers, stuff like this. And the more you look, it's almost as if you don't notice it immediately when you walk in because of the heat. But the more you spend looking in this room, you can see it kind of goes back and back and back. And there's rows and rows of crafting tables for various skill sets rather than just blacksmithing. There are about 12 orcs in here, give or take. At least half of them are half orc and the others full, and they are at these tables, some of them doing fine tailor work, others doing jewel crafting, and you can see the odd few near the heated forge area that are actually hitting metal, as it were.
Cool.
Across to your right there is a very clean area that has a partition built from just wooden logs. And within that area, the very clean area, you see a very tall but round-shouldered orc who clearly has spent a lot of time leaning over. Not the short, stocky types you're used to seeing when that you've noticed before that use metalwork, but this orc is very tall, very lean, and again hunched because of all the time they spend leaning over. They are working with what appears to be four very smooth stones, similar to the ones that you crafted on that stone anvil. They are quite obviously runestones to your knowledgeable eye. And Luca just nods across. That is Theodore.
Greetings.
He ignores you.
Is he like that all the time?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. He's a grumpy sort. And Theodore just raises his hand. He's you sort of see a little look up from the work he's doing, and then he goes back to it after raising his hand. Well, I'm going to leave you now, and I hope you gain great knowledge in talking with Luca.
Thank you, Luca.
With Theodore, sorry.
Thank you, Luca. Before you disappear,
yes.
Could you point me to one of these crafting tables that he won't hit me for using? Because somehow, and I'm going to say all this loud enough for Theodore to hear, somehow I think he's only going to talk to me properly if I earn his respect. Now, bringing the Shellstone shield might be one thing, but I imagine I have to craft something pretty cool for him to sort of respect me enough to talk.
Luca looks around.
Look at him.
Luca looks around and just pick any table and good luck.
Thank you.
Theodore, you see Theodore pause in his work, listening to your words.
Colin.
Any of the tables, basically, Luca's like, you crack on and don't die. So there are a multitude of tables. Are you going to head to a table? Is that what you plan to do?
I'm basically going to find one that's small enough for the goblin to work on.
They are adjustable, the tables, because seeing the dwarves and such in the city, you can imagine that they just...
Yeah, fair. And then I'll find one that's short enough, fairly near to Theodore, and basically get some tools together and start making a runestone.
Just while eyeballing Theodore.
Basically. Every now and then looking over and smiling, and if he looks up until he sort of is like, all right, fine, I'll talk to you.
Cool.
Is my intent.
Give me a diplomacy check.
This isn't going to go well.
That's what I said, and it went really well.
Yeah, but you might actually have skills in diplomacy.
Well, I'm trained.
16.
16. Seconds. Cool. So while you start making your runestone, is it a spell or a feat you use to make a runestone? Is it a roll? Crafting's a bit new to me.
It's crafting. To be able to make a runestone, you have to basically have the feat magical crafting, which you require crafting expert. I have that feat.
Okay.
And basically I've made sure to pick the formula so that I can craft it.
Okay. So what runestone are you making?
Zek mentioned making a potency one, so I'm going to attempt one. I don't have potency runes in my list of formulas that I already know, but I do have oils of potency and runestones. So I'm going to basically do my best to throw one together. Hopefully he'll help me fix it before I fuck it up.
What are you doing to my armor?
Nothing. I'm making a runestone.
When you're not there, shut up. So, Tabard, give me a crafting roll.
God damn it, 17.
Ooh.
So do I have a hero point yet? Because that's terrible.
You start with one.
Cracking. I'm going to use my hero point. Up one, roll. 27. That's more like it.
Well, there we go. So, I was like, a nuclear missile goes off. You understand the art of runestone making. You've studied it. You've successfully made one with the aid of historical dwarves and magic wizards. And you're intelligent enough to know that. Well, you're an expert in magical crafting, for fuck's sake. So you understand how this works. First attempt at trying it, you are pretty happy with how it's going thus far. And as you're etching the arcane symbology and glyphs on the stone to give it its power, there is a presence next to you in a bit of a shadow, as you notice that Fedor has indeed stepped up next to you. And he's about 6.5 feet, but again with that long hunch, and he just stares down and puts his hand on your shoulder as you've got these small inscribing metal, like sharp metal pieces,
Chisels.
Little chisels, and not that way. And then he sort of just puts his hand on yours, and ever so delicately moves it left to finish the glyph that you were thinking. Now carry on.
I carry on.
Cool. He literally stands next to you for the next 30 minutes while you continue making your runestone. An hour passes. You got a bead of sweat on your old forehead, and you're at the final bit of it. And you just do that little tick mark with the little chisel. Fedor nods and goes back to his table, but he did not move for, 55 minutes. He did not move, stood watching your work, and he just goes back to his table. And you have successfully crafted a runestone. What were you trying? You were armor potency, was it?
It was armor potency, yeah.
You have successfully crafted a +1 armor rune.
Okay. Thank you. I'm then going to try and break the ice a little more with him, because he's obviously stood over me for a little while. I think he at least respects my abilities. I'm going to approach him and ask, could you show me how to apply it to the armor?
I can. Give me a diplomacy roll.
No.
You've lowered the DC by...
shit.
yeah, 5.
23. Nice.
So, he looks at the armor you have in your hand and the runestone, and he just gestures to his table.
What with them?
Hang on. Donating bits gets them HP. The diamond button near the smiley. I'm not sure how many though. That's not a thing, Celtic Pixie. Or at least not that I know of. It gets them a free reroll, but it doesn't get them HP. That might be a different 200 bits for a reroll. There you go. Thank you, Mel. Mel, I'll let you deal with the the marketing. That might be on a different stream, Pixie. So, you put the armour on, he gestures to the table, you put the armour on, you put the rune on, and he essentially goes through the basics, stuff you've heard before, but there are slight differences that you haven't, that just work particular for this attaching a potency rune to a piece of armour. And he will talk through it. A lot of it's like, all right, yeah, I know that. Oh, I didn't know that. And about an hour passes again of you back and forth. He will do a bit of etching on the leather work, almost creating a holding place for the rune on the armour, like scoring out bits of leather. And then he will get you to do it. It's it's starting to look a bit like Iron Man's involved. And you slowly put together the thing. Now, give me another crafting roll, and with his aid, you'll have lowered the DC considerably to not on that one.
3 again. Oh.
Yeah, cool. So at this level, like you say, you're an expert anyway, and Theodore is definitely a talented crafter. You managed to successfully apply the armor potency rune to the armor that you intended.
Cool. Made myself 300 and odd gold.
There is no small chit chat from Theodore. He is very focused on his work, and you feel that when he was telling you how to do it and giving you instruction, that he was very, very in love with his work. Not like outwardly passionate, like dancing around, but he's very, very. He loves what he does. I
know what you mean.
Yeah, he has no time for other conversation subjects. But you spent 2 hours now in this forge area. You successfully applied the rune thing. Are you asking him or arranging for Thingy's armor to be resilient?
Shit, I owned my potency, didn't I? Yes, please. That's my own mistake.
So Zek, was your armor already +1?
Yes.
So if you add another +1 to it, what does that do? Nothing.
Nothing. It's what I meant to do was upgrade the +1 to the resilient.
Okay. Right.
So Tivay, you saying you've got a spare potency rune kicking around for armor?
You already have one.
I know. Shut up. Sinis doesn't.
Sinis doesn't. And I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you come to the end of the crafting, Theodore has assumed that you are doing it as an example, and as you get to the end, before the final pop of potency rune, he stops. You are aware this is already potent.
I'll just sort of flip it over. It's like,
It's got +1 on the tag at the top.
It's like, oh yeah, it's got a rune in the back here. I apologise, I've crafted a potency rune instead of a resiliency one.
Do you wish to trade?
That would very much be, yes please.
Cool. So, if you give me your potency rune, I have a resilient rune, and we can do a trade.
That's fine.
And he just does a straight swap. He hands you the resilient rune, which feels heavier than the potency one, but you don't know why. Now, do you wish to apply it to the armour? It is a very similar method, but with a few twists of the arcane.
If you would guide me.
Cool. Crafting roll.
Ah, shit.
Oh, what the tomato tonight?
28.
I'm with Pixie now. Sorry, yeah, I'm with Pixie now. 28.
Yep.
Yeah, so again, another hour passes, and you have spent 3 hours now with Fedor, and you are indeed able to craft, to apply the Resilient Rune to Zek's armour. And you do notice, as Fedor had said, that there's slight changes and twists in the arcane glyphs, and you take note of it. So take note that in your formula book you now have the formula Resilient Rune.
Strong.
So, for your Resilient Runes, yeah, you're alright, cool. Yeah, so you now have that in your formula book. You are still pretty, you're very aware that it will take practice to make it smooth. So yeah, so right now it will be not difficult to make, but more difficult than it will be when you've done it a few times.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, so your 3 hours have passed. Fedor has instructed you on how to make a potency rune. So put that in your formula book as known. And as you did it first go, you're pretty confident that you can rinse them out now, as long as you don't deliberately fudge up the crafting. And you now have Resilient Rune in your formula book as well, which will take practice.
Yeah. So, potency rune, resiliency rune. I'm pretty good, but I'm just sort of linger if he's willing to show me anything else.
I need to sort that out. I've just realised I've got the Sirenscape soundtrack on with the sugar dates and pistachios on.
The Happy Forge pistachios.
Sugar dates and pistachios in the middle of a snowy city. Good luck getting them imported in the blacksmiths. Pistachios, man, is back. So,
He does it, traders.
that is your 3 hours time spent.
Yep.
Fedor is very talkative when you're going through the process of crafting. But again, all on point. He stays on point throughout.
Yep.
If you wish to divert him, let me know. Otherwise, you've essentially just spent your 3 hours learning 2 new formulas.
The only diversion I want is basically is trying to get other things that we're not working on, but things that what's the best he has crafted, what does he consider the best item he's ever made. Simple stuff, but I'll keep it about work.
Alright, cool. Give me 3 questions you want to ask him.
Cool. What's the
Best thing he's ever made?
what's the best thing he's ever made? But in his eyes, what did he take the greatest care making in that, rather than what's the strongest thing? Actually, they can count as 2 separate questions. They're pretty good. And
I love how you're well happy with yourself that you've managed to generate 2 questions out. Like, I
mate,
don't need to think of an extra question.
I am hard pressed in moments like this to not just say I need this mechanical formula. And I'll ask him what's the one thing that he's not managed to make yet.
Okay. So, when you ask him throughout your 3 hours of the best, of the thing he's taken the most care to make, the item I've spent the most time and put the greatest amount of, let's say, passion into was a brooch. It did nothing, would you believe? There was no magical properties, no arcane imbuing. It was simply a piece of art, and has taken me longer to complete than some of the armour and weapons and necklaces I have made in all my years. And then he starts telling you that he just kind of stares off and remembering the work that he did on the brooch. And there's a couple of the orcs nearby that you notice listen. And he doesn't spend a lot of time talking on about it, but you can definitely, they look like they've heard this story before, but they're happy to hear it. and he just speaks of giving a silver brooch to his daughter before she headed south. She was going to travel the world. Her first direction was south, and he gave her the silver brooch, which was of a very young horse, so not a foal, but just a young horse. And the skill that he had, you could see that it was not a baby horse, not a grown horse, it was indeed a young horse. And it was nothing more than a silver brooch, but he is absolutely convinced it was the hardest thing he's done ever to create such just a simple piece. But yeah, he gave it to his daughter and she took it south as she went travelling. The other question, the thing he's made.
Strongest thing he's made, the thing he took the most care with, and what's the thing he hasn't made?
So the most care was the brooch. The thing he's made, I've got it here actually, give me a sec. Yeah, there we go. He 2 seconds. Your call is important to us. Just hang fire, kids.
We will return to role-playing momentarily.
Yeah.
Please stay on the line.
So, he has a think about it, and he mutters a few words under his breath that, you know, you hear like the word sword or shield, boot, stuff like this, as he's just sort of thinking to himself. The item that I would say holds the most power that I have managed to never repeat, but one of those moments of a masterpiece in my life was a staff of the McNost.
What's that?
It is a very long wooden. Wood's not the correct term. It is a druidic transmutation of wood that I imbued a lot of power within. Those of the arcane tend to carry them to boost their arsenal. I suppose a warrior could carry it, but in the tongue of the commoners it is known as the Staff of Power, but I feel it is very bland a name.
Still, the ability to create those in and of itself is very useful and hard-earned knowledge.
Yes, years and years of it, but it turned out well. The wizard it was made for was very happy and still wields it this day, I believe.
Cool.
You asked me another question, something I've not managed to make.
Yeah.
As in failed to make, or just not got around to?
For reference, if Luca or no one came ahead of myself and Luca, the reason I've been brought to you is because myself and my comrades recovered I want to say scale stone shield, an artifact of your order. Basically, one day I hope to craft something such as this. Luca confirmed it was real. I wondered if you had made something of such significance, something similar in powers, or something similar. I'm going to use the word value, but I don't mean gold.
He nods at your appreciation of value not being coin. He thinks for a moment, and you can see now that you've caught he's definitely enjoying the question now you've worded it in such a way.
Excellent.
His ass.
How to use your NPCs for better loot.
Just needed to The shield itself was made by a Trava, which to everyone in Savai knows that a Trava is some like legendary, supernatural child of the dragons themselves, blacksmith. You can ask Sinis. You know, she's got pages of him. I'll just send it over. But but yeah. So as soon as he mentions a Trava, you are okay. I see where he's going with this. Scalestone smithing is not been done for decades, maybe a century or so. The resources, Scalestone is just not available as it once was. The mines near the lake are all but empty. Retrieving what's left, if there is any ore beneath, deep in those mines, is something many would pay greatly for, but no one has ever succeeded, or at least not in recent years, of returning with any Scalestone. So something I have not yet made would be a Scalestone item, but in this I'm not sure I will ever have the opportunity without some great heroes, the stairs here, retrieving such resource. But it would be highly unadvisable. Inadvisable? Don't do it.
Don't go into the mine, yeah.
But yes, I would say a Scalestone item is on there, but not a realistic target. I've never managed to master the art of imbuing, and he sort of chuckles to his little self, big self. I've never managed to master the art of imbuing the arcane element of cold into weaponry. I've succeeded in smaller items, but considering I created such a powerful staff, whenever it comes to creating swords of ice and glacial hammers and such, it always seems to elude me that final glyph or arcane twist, that they always come out lesser than what I tried. So that would be a more accurate answer to your question. So if you ever do master
up with, could you show me how?
To what? To create frost stuff?
That's all. Imbuing weapons, as it were.
I can show you the beginnings of, yes, and the art of imbuing weapons is one that is personal and almost signature-like. So I can show you the basics and mechanics, and then from there you will just practice your signature.
Exactly.
Cool, give me a crafting roll.
No, bollocks.
Give him a dice,
I know roll 20 is going to shoot me in the foot, that's all. 21.
21.
21.
So, you spend another hour, so it's 4 hours with him now. And you do write down loads of formula and little instructions that set you on the path of being able to imbue weapons with an offensive capability or a defensive capability. Nothing specific at this moment in time, just the bare basics of it. That, being the expert that you are, you reckon, again with practice, you could probably fill in the gaps. He speaks quite fast through the hour, so you miss a couple of bits on your 21. But you reckon with time you could sit down around a campfire, go over your notes, have a little practice, and probably fill in those gaps.
Strong. Coming out of this with the ability to craft resilient runes and light weapon runes is just like boss.
I was going to say, this guy's a massive orc, isn't he?
Yes.
What's his hair?
What's his hair?
What does his hair look like?
Salt and pepper. Best I got.
Yeah! You remembered!
Oh, yeah, he's the scraggly one, isn't he?
Scraggly, salt and pepper, doesn't look after himself. I imagine he spends too much time hunched over the forge because that's all he cares about in life.
So basically, me.
I'm going to go from context. He misses his daughter, so maybe not. But yeah, you in like 30 years when your daughter runs off.
And when you hit 6'6". So,
Yeah.
So your 4 hours is spent doing that today. So that will take you towards the evening of that day. Gavain and Sinis, you will have spent a couple of hours, so you're still a couple hours behind today, as it were. But I know you're heading back there, aren't you, with Gideon?
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Zek.
Ah, yeah.
1 hour has passed.
Awesome.
Great Scots, Marty. Go on.
Well, while I've been waiting, can I have a wander over to the banks?
Yep.
I want to see a bank and how they work. I want pamphlets.
You want pamphlets?
Yeah, pamphlets.
I'm pretty sure you...
I want to know how banking works.
Alright, cool. You head over to the nearest banking establishment. There is a picture of a coin painted very nicely on a wooden backboard, and it is hanging on a lot of these buildings. There's no wording, no names. You've just picked up that they are a place that people, just from listening and watching, people take their money to be held.
Ah.
So you walk in. As you walk in, it is bare. Like, there is not a lot of decoration. It's a very simple Spartan-esque building, which is the greatest word ever invented. God praise Jesus. And you see that the counters at the back, there's just like stalls of 3 people. 3 orcs are sat behind the this long stone counter. There's a queue of about 6 people in front of you, and they have large sacks, which you recognise instantly with your 5-finger discount that they are coin sacks. And give me a perception.
16.
16. So they're handing their coin sacks over to these 3 orcs sat behind this stone table, and they're getting given something back that is not a coin sack, but you can't quite see what they're given back.
I'll wait patiently.
In the queue or just at the side?
I guess in the queue.
Cool. So
I don't see anyone else to talk to other than these 3 people at the back.
yeah, there is no floating staff or anything like that. It's just these 3 orcs at the back.
I'll wait in the queue then.
You wait the queue, a couple of minutes pass, rinse and repeat. These people are handing over sacks, varying sizes of coinage to these people. They're taken by the 3 orcs and given an item. You get to the front. The female orc in front of you she's looked after herself. She's very well kept. Her hair is tied back, and she's sat quite straight. And her attire is of a really dark green. Like, depending on lighting, you'd think it were black, but if lighting hits it, you see the shimmer of green. But close up, it's very green, and you can see the same coin paint that was painted on the backboard out back, just on her upper chest, as on a badge, not just tattooed. Oh, well, it'd be job me. Hello.
Hi. How does a bank work?
She looks at you a little bit confused. We hold your coin for you. It's depending on how much you hand over. It's not easy to carry thousands and thousands of coins on your person without magical means, and not everyone has magical means. So we hold the coin.
Now, I hear there was once this fabled thing called a bag of holding, but they're lost in the times.
She just shakes her head. Never heard of it.
Yeah, figured. Yeah. So I've got like, do you take money from my account for holding on to my money, or what? Do I just give you my money and it's free, and then I can take it out whenever I want?
Yes.
And I could do that all day long?
Yes.
Oh wow! And what happens if I need to like buy something right then and there?
Well, you'd have to come back for your coin.
Oh, so I've got to come back every time for my money?
Yes.
I can't just do like some kind of, I don't know, transfer.
She looks at you confused. No. It's,
oh, okay.
We don't have the means to. We hold the physical coins for you, so you don't have to carry them.
So how do you make money then?
I'm unaware. I get paid to do my job and leave that to those in charge of the banks.
Oh, okay. So I just give you my money, and then you give me what in return?
We give you one of these, and she just holds up a wooden coin.
Alright. And then I present that, and then I get my money back.
Yes, just tell them how much you earn. We need to take a arcane print to put on the back of the coin, so we know it's yourself.
Ah, okay. And that's like a security measure to make sure that my coin doesn't get stolen and someone else takes my money.
Correct.
Ah, that's really cool. Alright then, I'd like to put this, and I'll hoof my giant bag of 3,000 gold coins on the thing.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes, how much do you say is in there?
They told me 3,000.
Has Zek counted it?
No.
Cool. May I?
Well,
And she goes,
I've had like 45 minutes probably of being bored in a shop. I might have counted it, except I don't trust fence, so... Yeah, you can count it.
She takes the sack and she just weighs it on a set of scales next to her. You see her adjusting some of the little metal pointers on the top, try to balance it out. And she goes, yes, 3,000 gold exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. You managed to do that with weights?
Correct.
Wow. Normally I have to count the things. Like 1 little zeki, 2 little zeki.
Okay, naming coins, that's some issues in the future. Okay, so yes, you wish us to keep all of it?
Yes, please.
Cool. She gives you a...
Oh, but I need like 400 of it back first.
So no. Okay. She counts out the 400 gold, gives you it. Takes the other 2,600, and she gives you a wooden coin. Can you just press your thumb into the back of the coin?
Okay.
Press it in.
Into the back of the coin.
You feel a little prick on your thumb, and you're like, and there's a bit of blood. And she utters some arcane words that you have no idea what she's saying. And the wooden coin shimmers gold and goes back to wood. There you go. Just hand that into any of the banks in Valcal, and they'll be able to give you your equivalent. And she makes, you see her writing on some parchment behind.
And what are you writing down?
Your name and how much you have.
But I didn't give you my name.
What is your name?
Ah, Zek. That's Z-E... E... K?
Okay. She doesn't write anything down, but she nods and smiles.
But you didn't write it down.
She shows you the parchment and your name's on it.
Oh my god, it's truly magical. I actually have to go find Tabard. He'd love this. He'd be like all over this like a rash.
Well, it's going to make a bank. Cool, so you deposit.
Yeah, I've made a note. I've got 2,600 gold pieces in my bank. I'm very excited.
Okay.
And then I will go back to the pawnbroker shop.
Cool, so you go back to the pawnbroker shop. Your hours passed whilst waiting. You walk back in and you see Fence speaking to a short but quite smiley orc. They're just having a conversation. The short orc is laughing at something Fence has said. And you walk back in.
I'll wait.
Zek it was, yes?
Yes.
This is Patoy. And the short orc does a long bow. Hello!
You're Patoy?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I was waiting for someone called Not Vestiges.
It's a strange name that the DM fucked up. He's called Not Vestige. I'm reading my notes backwards.
Wait, so you're not Vestige or you're Patoy?
I'm Not Vestige.
You're not Vestige. Oh, okay, but I'm looking for someone called Patoy and Not Vestige, or separate. I'm not entirely sure.
This is Not Vestige.
Okay. Are you also known as Patoy?
I am not.
Oh. Do you know anyone called Patoy?
No.
Do you know Beldak?
I know Arbelduck. They're miles away from here, though. Down in the mountains.
Comes from a little village? Runs a tavern?
Yeah, in Dolinsk. She sends a lot. She sends a lot of work our way. And you see Fence just nodding. Yes, lots of folk come through here from Dolinsk. Do you know Dolinsk?
I do. I've been there for a little while, and then we left, and then we fell down some crevices, and then we went on this weird adventure and ended up with some druids, and then we ended up here. It's a very long story. But either way, I have a letter, and I need to deliver it to someone called Patoy. Patoy.
They both just look at each other and look at you.
But for some reason, I've got your name not in my head.
No idea. I don't think we've ever met before.
No, neither do I. But it's strange that you know Baldak.
Why strange? Do you know Beldak well?
Well, only that he runs the tavern down there, but I would have thought that being the city kind of people that you are, you didn't really travel that far south.
We don't travel, but Beldak, she is always working with people that have items that they need to pawn.
Ah, okay. Maybe I need to get a message to Beldak. Do you know any wizards?
Yes, we can arrange that. Yeah, you are mundane or magical? Magical, I'd assume, from the wizard's question.
Yeah. I need to send a magical message to him.
To her?
Beldak?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Obviously her. I mean, Beldak sounds like such a female name. I'm so bad at this.
Yeah, we can arrange that. What do you want to ask? Or do you want to speak to the wizard?
I'd like to speak to the wizard.
Right, are you staying anywhere that we can send him across?
I don't know. I was at this odd place with some knights. Let me see if I can jog my memory to work out where it was.
Fuck's sake. How Zek has not died at level 1, I have no idea.
I was near Ravensmoor Ward. There were some knights there.
There are lots of knights there. Anything specific?
Ones that really like scales? I'll tell you what, I'll come back here tomorrow.
Okay.
What time?
Well, we're open all day. So from dawn till, well, late in the evening.
Okay, well, where's your wizard? Maybe I'll just go and see him.
Well, we'll send word for him. He's a bit secretive. He doesn't like people knowing lots about him.
Oh, okay.
He's not in hiding. He's just insular.
Right. Okay, one of those guys. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'll be back tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye. It was very nice to meet you both.
And you leave.
And I will leave and go to Ravensmoor Ward, and then look round like some kind of tourist.
Cool. Sinis and Gavin, you make your way back to Ravensmoor Ward with your large squire.
Does he shake the ground as he moves?
There's definitely a, but it's not like get under a table. But yeah, so you walk through the streets. There is quite a lot of people looking for obvious reasons, but you also feel that like even though people are just looking at him because he's massive, no one really cares that he stands out that much. He seems to be walking with one of the knights, so they see that happening a day in, day out in Valka. You get back to Ravensmoor Ward. You head towards the Knights of Cram and their temple area to meet up with Tavir and Zek. You see Zek out in the front courtyard, just pottering around, just eyeballing stuff. And there's no sign of Tavir. But if you ask, you are informed he is with Fedor in the forging area.
We presume he would be, yeah.
Yeah. Zek, you see coming into the courtyard As a few people turn their heads, you sort of follow their gaze. You see Gawain and you see Sinis. You see with them a 9-foot teal-skinned humanoid with a lot of ward going on them that looks like they've essentially applied it with a very thick paste and used their fingers to do so, but there is some intricacy across the ward that they've applied. They are very thickly limbed, they are wearing very little, like loincloth and a bit of scrap like hanging over the shoulder and such. They have leather cuffs and ankle cuffs made out of a soft leather with some mountain-esque carvings into the leather, and walking alongside Gawain and Sinis. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my mountain.
Hey Zach, how's it going? You've recovered.
Yeah, I got my foot unstuck. That was quite nice. I got a lot of money. I found out how banking works, but more importantly, what is the walking mountain?
Who?
Who is the walking mountain? Actually, Gideon is the walking mountain, given that I am talking to Zach.
Hello. And just waves.
Oh my god, it speaks and it waves.
Squire Gideon, Zek, our goblin friend. Zek, goblin friend, Squire Gideon.
Are you a squire
What's your
too, Zek?
squire?
You're very
Yes.
squeaky.
Yeah, that's because I'm so far down here. I'm like 1/3 of your height. I barely come up to your kneecap.
This is very
Gideon,
true. Yes.
Please attempt to not stand on him. He is useful despite appearances.
I am very useful, and I also do not have my armor at the moment.
I would only step on him if judged.
What? Are you judging
I'm
me?
just gonna tap.
Don't be
Gideon on
judging
the
me with your
side.
kneecaps. I don't want to be judged by no kneecaps.
Yes, kneecaps. And then looks at Gawain.
So what about these parcels then?
Eggs.
What I forgot to say is he's got a satchel bag just hanging from his hip. The eggs, and he brings the satchel on and he pulls out, they're very large, stone eggs. Thank you for bringing these.
That's okay. I rescued them and took them on a merry journey all the way through the ice and the glaciers, and I kept them safe and they were nuzzled and warm. And most importantly, did we get paid?
I have not been asked.
Ah, well, I am politely asking your kneecap, specifically your left one, please pay us for the challenge of bringing you these lovely 6 parcels of eggs.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I don't diplominate with kneecaps.
You're about to.
I want to know how the kneecap.
30! Natural 20! Ah, kneecaps are not mine.
God.
See, in my head, I saw that going wrong. I saw the diplomacy roll being like a 1, and the kneecap diplominated by just leaning on you. Yeah.
He takes the need to speak to the
I
goblin.
think you'll
because he's the
find
goblin.
Gideon is like, he thinks I am his best mate and he loves me.
I say, guilty pleasure of the DM, I was hoping for a nat 1.
Oh,
yeah.
you like hate me.
Gideon nods, and he reaches back into his satchel and he pulls out 2 small pouches. One has the similar like ripple dents in it that would have coin, and the other one has sharper items in it that are protruding, not protruding, that are pointed through the leather but not piercing. Here, and he hands them. He leans down and hands them.
Place them on the floor.
He just lets go of them.
Ah!
Why are you so skittish?
It's 9 foot tall. We don't normally hang around things with 9 foot.
He is 9 foot tall.
I can't well, maybe he is. He is 9 foot tall. I am less than 3 foot. It's a survival instinct.
I mean, sure.
Gideon just nods.
I mean, I told you all about our arch nemesis, the kobolds. They usually are followed by ginormous dragons.
There are no dragons.
No, they're not. I'm sure I saw a picture of them once.
A picture is not a dragon. And he shows you a picture of Sinis.
Oh, that's a really lovely
Since it is a dragon.
picture.
With wings and breathing fire.
And it kind of looks like she has wings and breathing.
Yeah, Sinis looks proud as hell of that picture.
That's my boy. That high five in fucking get it.
Okay, well, excellent. We've got paid.
Also, you
I
pick up
also
the
found out
pouches.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna dig through them.
As you go towards the pouches, Gideon just steps. There's nothing else. Can you give me a mind save?
You mean a will save?
Will save. It's mind carbon. I played three different fucking.
I know. I was just clarifying.
Oh, fuck my life.
17.
Cool. For the next minute, you are frightened of Gideon.
I'd hate to point this out, DM. It's not going to be a minute. It's going to be for the rest of eternity.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I hate to dampen the. So, go for it, James. You roleplay that shit.
Ah! I just want to get to the money.
I just wanted to say that you're like totally in range of my paladin aura, so you're probably fine.
I like to think that Sigurvein just steps backwards.
Jump 31
actually,
feet.
I've got a thing. I'm thinking of something, Sinis. I want your opinion here.
Can you talk to me over here?
I don't want to impinge on Gideon's fashion sense, but he's mostly just a loincloth guy. And I'm thinking he really needs some heraldry. So if we just literally get him like one of those tabards and just drape that around his belt. Just literally cover him.
I'm going to look at Gideon and just be like, Gideon, do you have any use for clothes as someone who transforms? I imagine it's quite inconvenient.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm hiding behind Sinis.
They stay with me when I change.
They rip or...
Well, he points at his loincloth that's still in the same style and form it was before he changed. Or that part of it might not morph, who knows?
Heraldry, I suppose, as a gift is massively appropriate, so yeah.
To wear,
fine to me.
To wear the ivy would be an honour.
Alright, I'll go look for a tailor.
Cool.
Can I get to the money now? Oh, it's looking in my big direction.
Hey!
Gideon starts going, he, and just steps away from the coin purses on the floor. Giving you enough space to feel safe enough to run in, grab and run out.
I run in, grab them, run out, and give him a hiss and stick my tongue out.
You're a fucking cat now.
Gideon sticks his tongue out back.
Oh, this is the best.
I think we'll get on like a small house on fire, which is pretty much what you are.
Dog kennel. So, you have the coin purses in your hand. Just feeling them, one of them's definitely coins, the other one feels like it's full of stones.
Stones and coins. I'll open them up and scurry inside and
Cool.
count them.
Counting the coins, you have 100 gold pieces.
I'm so
Yep.
glad we sold the shield.
And in the other one, there are lots of small amber-coloured gems and one or two green-looking ones.
We'll have to go get these appraised to work out how much they're worth. Thank you, oh ginormous one.
Welcome, not ginormous one.
I know. I think Tave is still inside, working with some kind of smith guy. That's where I left him.
Yeah, we're heading there now.
Oh, okay. Did I tell you I found out how banking works?
You mentioned it, yes.
Yeah, you just get a little wooden coin after they've taken your money, and then it's magically sealed to you. It's amazing.
Good old blood magic. So,
Yeah.
it's 9:30, and at 9:30 we usually have a break. So we're not going to usually have a break, we're going to have a break. So, for the next 10 and 15 minutes, you will see a little slideshow of people that have contributed to the stream via artwork and other things. And it's just a little way of saying thank you. You can go find them on social medias, so whatever you see, go see them. I'm going to stop the sugar dates and pistachios, man, because he's freaking me out in my Siberian setting. So we shall continue discovering what they do after Tevez shows them his finding outs, what they do with Gideon and go forth from there. So stick around for about 10-15 minutes max while we all go for a brew and a piss. Right, where to break down. Right, we're all back, I think. You should all be able to hear us. Please let us know if you can't. Welcome back to part 2 of our The Call of Stone Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign. We are on session 8, and we play every Saturday from about 8 o'clock British Summer Time here on the Heavyweight Gaming channel. So, just before the break, we have managed to... It is coming towards the evening of this particular day. Nice one, thank you, Sawdust. You have spent the morning getting here from the Circle of Emeralds, ways far away in the north, from the Circle of Emerald Druids. You have spoken with the Knights of Crown. You have given them back their religious shield that was lost many, many moons ago. You have acquired your Squire. You have delivered the six items that were your original quest and got payment for them. You have learnt how banks work. You have discovered that Tavay is quite the craftsfolk. He is pulling out some good stuff, and hopefully we'll build on it and one day make a horseshoe where horses can fly. And now you are all... Tavay is currently with Fedor. Gawain, Sinis and Zek are in the courtyard with Gideon. You've been paid for your bits, bobs. And, yeah. What do you plan to do, folks? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, so I think Tavay is inside with his crafting guru buddy.
Yeah, we should totally go in.
Okay.
So are you gonna go looking for Tavay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Dun 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 dun. Let me just. Music is played by Sawdustandswearwords. Please let me know if you can or can't hear it. La-di-da.
That is how Zek enters a room.
So, you go looking throughout the temple. You ask and are pointed in the direction of Fedor's forging area. You, excuse me. You enter the room. Again, you see what Tavay saw in that massive crafting hall type element to this room. There are lots of people in here, about a dozen, doing various forms of crafting. Off to your right, you can see Tavay with a 6'6" hunched orc who is very lean and very focused on what Tavay is doing. You can Zek, you see your armor on a standing table next to the table that they're looking at, and it keeps getting brought back and forwards from the smaller table to the main table, and you can see that Tavay is actually working on it as well as this 6'6" orc. And just as you see them, Tavay sort of rights his posture, wipes his forehead, and Tavay, you have completed your 4 hours, etc. What was done before. So you have all caught up on time, and you are now at the early evening of that day with Tavay in front of you.
Hey, did you finish it? Is my armor done?
It's now resilient as well.
Oh, you're a star, Tavay. Thank you. Who am I paying?
Pathfinder did it, thank you.
You're welcome.
Paying me.
I'm paying you?
It cost me a ruin.
Oh, okay. Well, how much you want?
Now.
343 gold.
Whoa. I said 340, no more. Why am I paying 343?
You can have a 3-coin discount.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a bargain. It is 340.
Strong. Thank you.
That's right. Oh, I'm going to shrug into my armor. Yeah, I know. He's huge, isn't he? I mean, mostly I've been negotiating with his kneecaps.
Oh yeah, sorry, Tavay. You see
9 foot.
You see a 9-foot teal-skinned individual with this lot, who is...
I could stand on Master Forador's shoulders and still be at the right height.
I know. He is absolutely huge.
Hi, I'm Tavay.
Hello, Gideon. Do you put your hand out?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
His hand comes down and like half your face, but quite comfortably shakes your hand, and then slams you against the wall.
Hi, Gideon.
Are you a squire as well?
No, I'm a sorcerer and a crafter. Wait, as well. Are you? I'm gonna look up at the 9 foot, down to the 6 foot, both of which is like sort of done. Just no. You're his squire.
Yes, this is the squire we were here to collect today.
What training do you need?
Don't know. I'm just as shocked. Maybe he needs to learn how to wear clothes.
Excuse me, can you all leave if you are not crafting, please? Says Theodore, and he's looking at Teve.
Sorry, I don't know why they're here.
Well, we just came to collect. Sorry, not to collect. That sounds wrong. We just came to see if our friend had finished.
He has.
In which case, pop
Thank
time.
you for the effort, Master Theodore.
You are very welcome. And he turns back to his work. Yes.
I'm a go.
Yep. I'm a go.
Do you wear armor?
Gideon looks at himself. I am not wearing armor.
Would you wear armor, or would it impede your abilities?
I've never tried.
Today?
Yeah.
Is there a kind of magical armor you can, for those people who don't normally know how to wear armor?
If I could make magical armor for people that can't normally wear armor, I would be wearing the magical armor.
I was thinking it was more of a magical item that maybe.
I didn't want to
people...
point it out.
No, I was just thinking maybe it's more of a magical item that's not actually armor.
I mean, if we take the time and effort, and I imagine if most of y'all fuck off out the forge, Master Theodore won't mind too much if I make another room, and maybe, I don't know, we hammer it to your chest, maybe into those pieces of leather around your wrist.
Well, yeah, I was thinking more like
armor,
a pair of like wrist guard things, maybe that maybe confer some form of item bonus.
Some kind of braces.
Yeah.
I don't have those abilities, just yet.
I thought you could craft magical items this way.
I can, it's just I've not got that particular formula.
Couldn't ask your friend, could you?
He cannot.
We seem to have worn out that welcome, you know.
Okay, let's go to the pub.
Hey, pub!
You all leave. Are you heading to a pub?
Yeah, tavern, inn, place to rest our heads, eat
I'll
and
just head
be
to the
merry.
main eating hall here.
Is there
Yeah.
a reason we're not going straight back to the druids?
Yes.
Which is?
I totally forgot the name of the person I'm supposed to drop the letter off to, so I need to go find a wizard to send a message via the magical means that we were doing before to Beldak and ask her, right pronoun, where the message is supposed to be delivered. And then we can go and see the druids. Also, I need to find someone that can analyze all these gems and tell us how much they're worth.
Okay.
Probably the same wizard.
Well, maybe. You never know. A two would be lovely.
I mean, Luca can probably value those for us before we leave.
Oh, okay. Who's Luca?
The High Lord Keeper of this religious order.
Cool. Where is he?
I can't see from
I'm
here.
gonna go back to the main room.
Cool, you all head back to the main open hall area. And there was somewhere you ate here last time if you were staying to eat.
Effectively, what I'm going to do is get to there and sort of hint at food, and then ask if Sasha was there, and if she could direct me to Master Luca.
Sasha. So you find Sasha. as the half of a good, not half day, but half of the working day, so a good 4 hours passed. There has been a bit of a Chinese whispers spread around the orders HQ where you are of you lot retrieving and bringing back this scale stone shield, and there's a bit of awe sent your way from a few of the younger knights and squires and such of the order. You have noticed that eating and drinking is completely run up your tab as much as you want as part of the thanks. And Sasha is there. She nods and goes looking for Luca. Half hour passes, food's brought out to you, drinks brought out to you of whatever you've requested. And Luca will join you, as does a fair amount of the order itself, taking up chairs and getting ready to eat their evening meal anyway. And Luca returns and just takes a seat with you. You haven't seen Arena, the Drugo of the order, since talking to her this earlier in the day. But Luca is sat with you. You called for me today?
I did. I didn't expect her to demand your presence or anything. I apologise if there's a mistranslation.
It wasn't a demand, it was a request, and I was bored.
Fair. It was to ask if you could use your abilities to value something again. It's nowhere near as rare an item as before. It's just some gems, but we need valuation.
I've not valued gems for a time, but I can give it a go. Do you have them with you now?
Nudge that.
Yeah, it's this bag here.
It'd probably take me better part of the evening. I can return them in the morning if you're still here, or do you need to leave, or...
No, that's grand. Do you guys do, rooms?
Yes. Arena has given way to, rooms for yourselves, so you're more than welcome.
I do like a room.
Gives us a chance to rest before going back to the druids.
You were off to see druids?
We are looking to return to the, I want to say, forest of...
I've got it.
Not the forest of shit.
The Northern Forest!
Ah, the forest to the west.
Yeah, no, lost the name. Forest.
The Northern Forest!
Emrys.
Emrys,
Yeah.
thank
That's the
you.
one.
Actually, that brings up a good point. Where's Talwyn, Zach?
Where's what?
Talwyn.
I don't know. Who's that?
That's your ferret sprite.
I don't know.
Your conscience.
Yeah, your little ferret. At the mention of Talwyn, the neon blue-esque ferret just appears out of Zek's pack and just sort of looking around in response to their name.
Ah, you mean Tally?
So you see Gideon, Zek, despite his diminutive size and slightly irritating nature, has been blessed by the druids and given a great gift.
Hey, who are you calling diminutive?
Gideon holds out his palm up, and Talwyn runs from Zek onto Gideon's palm and just sits there, staring at Gideon for a moment. Gideon nods, and then Talwyn gets back on Zek.
I know, little buddy. I was just as shocked. He's massive.
Talwyn does their signature shoulder pat of Zek. I love how that's what's got you, Stu. Of all the stuff I've LARPed with you, played tabletop with you, you meet a bloody neon blue ferret and you're gone.
It's just my inner squirrel girl fanboy.
We ain't fading into black that, mate. So.
No.
Alright, so I got my armor. Well, I've got some spare coin. Does anybody really need anything? And also, obviously, we'll work out how much gold we've got. We've got 100 gold so far, plus whatever the gems are going to be. But I'm feeling generous. I will splash out on you guys a little bit.
Well, I just need to make sure Gideon has enough equipment to function to the best of his ability and be prepared for anything we might face.
Okay, what does he need? What do you need, oh giant mountain man?
Water. I like water.
Okay.
Probably need a lot of that.
This is going to be a long list.
Sinis. That's right, not Sinis. Actually, no, maybe Sinis. Sinis and Tive, you can't, like, make water out of nothing, can you?
I'm literally just going to pick up a decanter near me, and I'm going to pour him out a glass of water, and then go, there you are, Gideon. Would you like some fruit to go in it? I'm sure I can find some fruit.
Just fruit to eat, not in the drink. Thank you, Sinis.
This is
I
fine.
just, you see Gideon just like side looking. This one's a keeper. Oh God! I'm just gonna grab a decanter, fucking brilliant. I don't suppose you can use magical means. I can, yeah. Watch this. You give the gems to Luca. He disappears for the evening to sort out the appraisal of your gems. You give water to Gideon. He grows flowers from his face.
To be fair, I'm going to respond to Gawain much more seriously. He's like, I can't make water as a spell, but I'm pretty sure we can just get him a water skin and he'll be fine.
I know.
He looks like someone with the manual dexterity to figure that out.
I wasn't worried about that. I was just thinking how many water skins worth it takes for somebody 9 foot tall.
I would imagine proportionally about the same. We just need to get a bigger water skin.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or, and here's a crazy thing, we can get 2.
Well,
Okay, excellent. So, water skin.
I can sustain myself for food and drink, if needs be. And he waves his hand and refills the decanter with water.
Oh no, he's saving us money. I like him even more.
I just need a container, which is fine.
So what else does he need?
Seeing as we have a proclivity to get accidentally caught in tunnels full of spiders, sorry, scorpions.
As you say, spiders. Gideon is like, I don't like spiders.
And neither do I.
How are you with scorpions?
They are fine. Their sting hurts.
True. Is there anything in particular about spiders that you do not like, or is it just that they are them?
It's
They're hairy, they've got 8 legs, they crawl over things, they've got those beady little eyes.
I'm just going to look at Zach and be like, shh.
I thought you asked me why I didn't like spiders. No?
Funnily enough, there are a lot of times that you reply that I am not talking to you. Sometimes when you're not even in the room, which is a skill all in itself.
Well, what can I say? I am a magical goblin.
I'm just going to put like a bread roll or something in his mouth, and I'm going to look back to Gideon and continue the conversation.
I've never thought of much of it in detail as Zek. They just, I don't know, it's irrational. I just don't like spiders.
That's fine, phobias, I understand.
It's good to know that now. Anything else you don't like in that same way?
Looks at Zek for a brief second.
You're scared of Zek? Don't be scared of Zek. He's harmless, really.
You said don't like, not scared.
Ah, sorry. Yes. I forgot. I can't speak in riddles with you.
He doesn't look at Zek. He's got no issues with Zek at this moment in time.
Is there any other creature you fear?
Only the unjudged. I fear that they have missed their judgment. It is not a fear I would run from.
That's good.
However, spiders, bye-bye.
Mr. Gideon?
Yes, Mr. Other Goblin.
Tive.
Hello, Tive. Oh, we met. I apologise.
Yeah, no worries. What are the unjudged? Or who? How do you define them?
Either Gawain or the Ivy Knight will tell me.
I'm gonna look to Gawain.
That's right. Gawain's got a nuke in his pocket.
Want to expand on that, buddy?
So the unjudged are.
Don't point anyone out.
Religion 17, 80.
Interpretation of Gawain. The Ivy Knight is the judgment of the soul, like it is gods, dragons, the creators of all. They are not exempt from the judgment of the Ivy Knight. If you're stood before the Ivy Knight for whatever reason, it means some entity unknown to yourself. You just assume it's the Ivy Knight themselves. Then you are to be judged. The Ivy Knight will judge you, and you will live or die. But the unjudged are merely those that have not yet stood in front of the scales or the enormous greatsword of your god.
Categorically not the undead. Basically, it's a nebulous concept of faith that would take far too long for me to describe and require simpler words. Gideon understands the concept. So if you go with the same concept he gets, which would be the unjudged are those who have yet to be judged, but are probably best used to describe those who are
slightly going wide at this point.
Okay, but the best way to describe it is those who should be judged but haven't yet been judged.
My eyes are just going to go wide with fear. But
yeah, okay.
Nobody has been judged until you stand in front of them and decide to judge them.
That's correct.
Look, just concerned at Gideon. Gideon.
It's fine. You'll travel with me. I have found you to be solid companions and judged you accordingly. I'm sure Gideon will respect my desires and wishes to keep you around as friends and companions. Even you, Zek.
Okay.
I was going to say, Sinis's eyes at this point are going to just glaze over and she's just going to go, the stagnant. I don't know why. She just says, the stagnant.
Pull a card, did we?
Yes, we did!
What does that mean? I need to know.
Yes,
I want
as
to
he's
know.
as he's explaining people that don't get judged and don't face that, Sinis is very much interpreting that as people that get to a certain point but then don't change because they aren't able to progress and they just stay there and fester and rot like stagnant water.
Yeah, that works.
And she will say that out loud. She's like, they just don't change. They just become worse versions of themselves. There is no life to them.
Yeah,
and then just kind of zones back in again and is like, hi. Do you want more water, dear?
Thank you.
Just poured him some more water. I'm just going to look down at Zach and be like, if you haven't chewed through that yet, that's your problem. I'm going to carry on.
He's enjoying it. Zach's enjoying it.
I'm having a whale of a time.
I'm sure he's just softening it with his spit. But yes, Tivay, there are others of my order and faith who would be more judgmental, and so be wary of other Ivy Knight followers. They might be more stern and forthcoming with their personal judgment, thinking they are doing the work of their god. I'm quite mild, really.
Executors.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look to get yeah, that.
Gawain is a lemon and herb Ivy Knight.
I was going for more basil and thyme.
There are then peri Ivy Knights that will mess you up.
That will fuck you up because you are standing in front of them and thus they have judged you unworthy.
There was
They have judged you a nuisance.
Yeah, there was one in the square earlier today who was displaying his arrogance on his sleeve, and Gideon judged him on my behest and my behalf and found him very much wanting. He wasn't strong in spirit. He was very much an egotistical idiot. And
strong in arm, weak in soul.
Yes, there you go. He wasn't prepared to face humility and defeat, which is something a true knight should aspire for, as well as humility and victory. He displayed neither. I judged him an arrogant bastard, and Gideon performed the execution. Well, actually, an
Kill the guy for being arrogant?
No, he didn't kill him. We just put him in his place. Sinners will attest we didn't kill him.
No, they didn't kill him.
So this is like
From the execution. Yeah?
It was a poor choice of words.
Okay.
execution of plan, not life.
Okay.
You see why I'm scared of his kneecaps?
Gideon, should explain, guys. I have instructed my squire that I would prefer him not to kill things unless I have given him permission to do so. He is, however, perfectly capable and welcome to knock things out.
Excellent.
Cool.
Okay, so back to what we were discussing, if we've quite finished with the what's an unjudged, what's a stagnant pool of water syndrome. Do you guys actually want anything, or are you happy just coasting?
When you say coasting, what do you mean? Want anything?
I could do with some fresh antidotes and healing pots if we've got time to stock up before we go back to the Druid Grove. But
we need to,
well,
we need to stock up to stop a ritual.
Just as an FYI to you lot, there was an agreement of a few days before you return.
Yeah.
So,
They
so-
gave me like
yeah.
3,000 gold pieces. I mean, I've spent a little bit on myself, but I figured, you know, if I'm going to keep you around and you guys are going to be useful, you're probably going to need some kind of better equipment.
Yeah? I
mean, so far, all you've asked for is a couple of water skins, which we then determined we don't need. I mean, if you're quite happy, I'll just spend the rest of the money on myself.
Finish, Rook. I don't really need anything. Healing potions would be helpful.
Healing potions, okay.
We don't have anyone that can... Well, we can both cast healing, but potions are useful.
I can help with wounds.
Magically or tending?
Yes.
Excellent. That is good to know.
Okay, so I'll get like 20 healing potions. Anything else?
Antidotes are good if we end up against the spider things again, cause poison. Scorpion things, rather.
So maybe 5 antidotes?
Yeah.
that's good.
If there's one available, a striking room for my gloves.
Well, there will be. I have a lot of money to spend.
A striking room for my gloves.
Right.
Not that I punch much, but you know.
But I was thinking maybe you would like one of those braces of armor we were discussing earlier.
Do I need... Sir, DM question. Do I need to be able to use armor to use those?
No, that's when you can't use armor.
Yeah, it's
Cracking.
Casters.
major armor.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I need some of that.
Which is why I was sizing up Gideon for him, because he might not be able to physically wear armor because he shifts.
Yeah, fair.
But braces might be okay.
You
if you can find some adamantium, I wouldn't mind possibly upgrading my shield.
If you can find some dead Wolverine hanging about.
Pull out some adamantium, I could upgrade your shield. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Where am I supposed to... Well, hold on, we're in a knight's place. Maybe they've got adamantium.
Yeah.
Tavir, you did not see any in the forge area. That doesn't mean they don't have any.
I mean, they let me just start working on runestones. I imagined I was in the cheap area.
I was going to say, that's top shelf good shit. To give a special handshake to the barman.
I mean, you could ask the Drugo. I'm not going to go back in there, I think, Foyodor. As much as you might like me, y'all just stood in a forge.
Yeah, fair.
Do you know how to craft shields?
I mean, I know the basics. I can't promise it'll be magical.
I was more inferring, I mean, it's not going to be a magical shield. It'd just be an adamantine shield. So as long as you know how to craft a basic shield, that'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, both of us do.
Okay, I can net you some adamantine, I'm sure.
If you can get me an actual adamant, I'm sure that'll be amazing, but...
Alright, don't go shooting for the moon.
Not going.
Okay, are you sure you don't want anything, Sivir?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Alright then, short shopping list. Not that bad.
You say that.
So what are you after, James? Or Zach?
We are after a rune of striking, braces of armor +1, 55 gold's worth of adamantine should do it to then make his shield, 20 healing potions, and 5 antidotes. I can put together the shopping list and the prices if you want.
Yeah. Do it and give me who's doing the shopping.
Probably be me, because this lot seems to be much inept.
Cool, give me a diplomacy roll.
Damn it!
I was going to say, are you sure we're inept? Because I'm pretty good at it.
You want to go?
But you said it.
shopping?
Too late now. Roll your diplomacy check.
Apparently I'm inept.
$23.
23? Cool. So, first thing, you can't find adamantium for sale anywhere. This is what I'm just saying. You can't find adamantine anywhere. It is advised you speak to some of the knights. The orders are everywhere.
That was pretty much what I was going to go to.
But
first of all, this lot.
The second of all, with your 23, once you put your shopping list together and value, knock 25 gold off it.
25 gold?
Yeah. The knightly order that is most likely to have it is the Kindred of the Sanguine.
Awesome.
Once mentioned to Gawain. Well, I'll leave that until you get to it. Assuming you do mention it to me.
So that was the Kindred of the...
Sanguine.
Sanguine.
Yeah.
Cool. You might want to go to these people. They seem to be the place to go for adamantine.
So, automatic knowledge, you know, Gawain, they are the biggest knightly order in Savai, partly because of their popularity of their patron is the Blood Dragon, so the head of the five, the head of the Pantheon.
Yeah.
So, you just get everyone trying to join them, and obviously just by sheer force of numbers, some get through. But yeah, they're the biggest. As for details, you would need a roll.
Society 22 to get a way in and get some chatting going.
They are very much the martial arm of the Pantheon. If there was ever a war, the knights, any knights, knightly order, their patron is a Blood Dragon, they're going to be your frontliners.
Yeah.
It's almost, I can't believe it's not Leonidas.
Yeah, no, I mean, I use my society connections to try and get a word with one of the quartermasters / smiths. Those who might be basically able to get hold of some adamantium, or maybe even have an adamantium shield for sale.
Cool. So, Dimitri, which is quite a popular name in Savai, but the quartermaster of the knights, or at least one of the quartermasters, Dimitri is the one that you get a connection with. In regards to adamantium. Or adamantite, whatever it's called.
Adamantine.
Adamantine.
Yeah, adamantite's the same thing as the mineral in it. I'll go up and see if I can I'll sidle in and have a chat with him.
Cool, so you catch him on he's actually shopping in one of the markets of the many in the area of White Grove Borough. It's right on the southwestern edge of the city.
Okay.
So yeah, the White Grove Borough, there's quite a presence of Knights of Sanguine there, but their HQ is further in, but they have like a smaller like barracks type thing in there. Dimitri is out doing a shop and just seems to be shopping for like groceries rather than anything in particular. You catch him. He is a full orc. His skin is incredibly pale grey, like almost white smoke grey. His hair is just as pale and hangs down. It's the closest to almost albino orc, but the pale grey side of it, if that makes sense. And his eyes are a very, 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 very dark purple colour. And he is in no armour, but is wearing the symbology of the blood dragon, which is a dragon with its wings outspread rising from a bloody lake and the water, the blood dripping down into the lake. Obviously, simply, not complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stitch pattern.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what it means, even if
Yes.
others wouldn't.
Yeah. Hail, Master Dimitri.
Hail.
I was sorry to intrude. I was told you might be the person to speak to. I was after a matter of more looking at the surroundings, more of a martial matter. I'm after materials, and I was hearing you may be the person to talk to about this.
Depends on the material. And then Dimitri looks you up and down. Why not?
I show him my battle damage shield and just sort of say, it has come to my attention that my shield, empowered by my faith in the Iron Knight, might not be as resistive as I might like against certain foes. It has been taking somewhat of a battering in a recent jaunt, and I was wondering if I might be able to reinforce it or repair it with some adamantium to effectively improve its hardness beyond what I could normally do.
Firstly, give me a diplomacy roll.
Cool. I am here pointing that. I rolled one.
Do you want to wear a point?
Really?
It's
Come on,
up,
roll funny.
it's up to you, mate.
Oh yeah, go on. I've got enough to spend on one. Seriously? I want to spend some bits.
Oh, that is... Somebody clip that. Oh,
Shame you
right,
can't
so...
put pictures. I'm sure you're not streaming the actual the roll 20.
Yeah, so those that didn't see that, Stu rolled a nat 1, then a 3, then a nat 1. Right, bring it in, bring it in. Woo, woo. So Dimitri looks at your shield. Eyes it with a... I can't compare, please, please. The shield is of your faith. I would say you need a different faith. Knight of Ivy. And as for adamantine, or however you pronounce it over in your order,
what do you call it?
hard steel, better than yours. Pick what else? We have it, you don't.
Unobtainium, I understand.
Unobtainium. Or for our order, very obtained. Ian. He sort of looks skyward.
Well,
we do not hand it out. It is used and reserved for those of a higher authority within the order. And why are you speaking to me and not your own order? Do they not have any?
apparently no, according to common rumour. But
commoners do rumour.
Apparently, you are the person to talk to about such a thing in Valcal, but
we do have it. I cannot give it to you.
Okay, that's fair. Can't get much further than that. All right. Well, enjoy your shopping for leeks.
Sort your shield out, and he carries on shopping. Sorry, man.
No, I can't. I can't fucking it's fine. I am one of those guys who will take my knocks, as it were, and 12, 14, 12, fucking 12, 14, 12. Jesus. Munchkin a character to this degree that the dice will still let you down.
So then when you said to Zek, we're very good at this.
Yeah. That's why. That's why I'm just like, yeah. Don't you dare.
She rolled an 8.
I'm waiting for Tabard to do it now. Right. It's fine. I will take that as a lesson learned and just carry on from there. I'm going to pick up a loincloth heraldry of the Ivy Knight for Gideon.
So you go to one of the tailoring shops. You walk in. There is a couple there that almost look alike. They have long dark hair. They're both half orc. They are quite big for what you'd probably assume that most folk using sewing skills would be slender in nature. But these two look quite big. They're quite androgynous to look at. And they seem to be talking in their own little, like, cutesy language. You kind of pick up on that they're a couple, and they're just discussing the long robe in front of them, where to make the hood either quite a small tight hood or quite a large Snow White in the Forest hood, which is a technical term apparently that I've just made up. So you walk in, the little bell goes above the thing. This is probably the first place you've walked into Valkar where a bell's gone, and I didn't even know they did bells around here. And they instantly turn to you, and one puts their hand up to the other to stop them speaking. He's like, hello!
I need to learn that trick with Zek.
What, saying hello?
No, it's fine. Hello, I'm here to employ your skills as a tailor.
Well, yes. Looking around at the bolts of cloth all over the shelves.
I need a new tabard. Livery of the Ivy Knight. Similar to my personal heraldry on the shield. And if you could size it for 2 goblins, one, I'll describe Sinis as rough dimensions in terms of height. That's all you need for a tabard.
Sinis a goblin?
No, 2 goblins, Sinis, and I'll describe a lizard folk of Sinis's build. And then also another one that's probably about half the size of the Sinis one, but not quite as small as the goblin ones, but enough to cover up an area about yay big, and they can just hang off a belt.
They look at each other. And this is for a person?
Yeah, yes.
Are they a very large person? That's a very large piece of cloth.
9 foot.
9 foot?
But I didn't want to make a tabard for them, because 9-foot tabard would be insane. So I was thinking a smaller, more affair, more sort of like as a belt sash type of thing.
So,
more accurately, a loincloth.
They look at each other, look at you, look at each other, look back at you. You want us to make a loincloth? Okay, you're the customer, and they're always.
Well, it's the same type of size as a long. I'm using some vague terms here. I apologise. Give me a tabard approximately 2 feet in length that you can hang off the belt loop.
2 feet? I'd like to meet this 9-foot person. And they wander off into the back room. Both of them just leave you. Through a curtain, gone. And then one of them pokes their head back through the curtain. Come back in tomorrow morning.
Awesome, thank you.
Good. They close the curtain and it reopens again. That'll be 3 gold.
I'd pull out 3 gold and put it on the little counter.
Cool. They leave it and disappear back behind the curtain.
Leave.
I just got images of Commander just looking around like, well, I'm off.
The problem is I wouldn't steal, and I was just thinking to myself, I could just swipe enough to make a shield cover. But
just
I open the door, the bell goes off, I look up the bell, I close the door, I open the door again, the bell goes off, I'm like, and walk through.
The red pops through. Just you. Yes. And they go back behind.
Sorry, I was just not used to the bell.
Quite. Anyway, Mr. Zek, you go around many merchant stores and you were more than able to acquire the simpler items for what you did, but it will take you a couple of hours and towards night time of that particular day. I am guessing you are taking advantage of the rooms and stuff that have been put aside for you. You all have a room each. They are very nice because normally the knights that don't get their own rooms, they just get better shared accommodation as they go through until they're pretty top, and then they get their own room. So you've been really well looked after. Bex, have you lit a candle? Alright, Jesus. It's getting fuzzy in here. Oh, she's farted. You get your own rooms. They're really nice. You're not shocked to find that the heraldry and symbology of the, they've got like the A-team covers, which has got Glycea on them. But you're in some very nice quarters. Unless you're doing anything else for the evening, you will take your rest. You have your items that Zek will either dish out this evening or in the morning. Feel free to do that.
Gawain?
Yes?
Is your sword magical?
Yes.
Can I borrow it?
Why?
Because I want to make it better.
Okay.
I mean, what is it at the moment?
Can I have it back?
Yeah, of course. What am I going to do with the giant sword?
Give it
Plus
Gadget.
one longsword, Zach. You are fully capable of wielding it.
Jesus, given that was a bit. It's a +1 longsword. The Smith of the Gods made me a +1 longsword.
Okay, so it's just your bog standard magical sword, yeah? No extra frills.
There's a few extra frills, but no extra frills of a magical nature that are adding to its potency, Zach.
Awesome. I will make it better.
Cool. Can you not rough up the filigree?
No promises.
Like
Bye.
What the? That was my mother's sword.
That your father gave to her. He brings it back and it's a spoon.
Brings back and it's a spoon. There's a Zek in a river.
Well, it's a +2 spoon.
I don't care. There's a Zek in a river with a spoon stuck in his skull.
So, Zek, what are you doing with this sword?
I'm going to get a rune of striking put onto it and a rune of holy.
What page is Rune of Holy?
584, and that maxes out my cash.
Can you do 2 slots of +1?
+1 can take any other slot other than just a normal striking.
Oh, other than a strike. Sorry, yeah, you can do a striking and a normal one. Yes.
Yeah. So if it was a +2, I could make it a holy wounding.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. It's
Sorry, I
just...
forgot it was in addition to the striking.
I figured holy would probably be like the easiest rune to find.
Yeah.
Just holy city of holiness.
Of
paladins all over the place.
Yeah. Champions, mate. Champions.
Sorry, champions.
So, Zek,
Some of them might be paladins.
I've
Yes.
got a question for you regarding your holy rune. Give me a sec. There are 5 options of the colour of options. Where are you, you bastard?
I'm pretty sure he likes the colour green.
But that's where I'm going to see where you go with this.
I'm also partial to like white and off cream.
You're too late. You're gonna get whatever you get. Which
So
is green.
his heraldry is green and white is the 2 basic colours of it. So you have ruby, pearl, emerald, amethyst, and jade. Pick one, and that is where Zek went to get the sword holied.
Jade? That sounds green.
Cool.
Oh, is emerald green as well?
Emerald's pretty green. Zek, it's up to you. Don't listen to them.
Oh, I don't know. Like, which colour? I don't. I'll ask someone in the street.
Sinis, pull a card. Just pull a card now, and then we'll wait for Dave to make his mind up.
Can I ask someone in the street?
What are you asking them?
So if I was like a follower of the Ivy Knight, which one of these 2 gem colours would be good? Emerald or jade?
Give me a diplomacy check.
Man, why does everyone require diplomacy in this bad city?
All
18.
sticks up their butts.
Cool. They recommend jade.
Jade? Oh, okay. Alright.
Can I point out that he only gave 2 options?
Yeah.
Yeah? I only have
So
2 options that I'm gonna go with.
I'm okay for him to work out that green is definitely on their Gawain's kit.
I mean, I've seen him wearing it enough.
I'd have thought the Circle of Emeralds in the Forest of Emrys would have given it away, but you know.
Okay, so the card I drew when we were arguing about this was an inverted lovers. And one of the things for that is misalignment of values.
Oh dear.
Also self-love, which is Zach in a nutshell.
Seriously, this deck knows me too well.
This deck knows us all, mate. It's weird. So you successfully find a smith, an arcane smith that is able to apply the holy rune to Gawain's sword.
Hey, quick question before you do that.
Yep.
Like, if I was a follower of like the Ivory Knight, would jade be a good colour?
Yes, it's the gemstone of the Ivory Knight.
Oh, it is! Oh, happy circumstances.
Okay, and they carry on with their work.
I don't know. I'm not like a champion. I just don't really follow all of these god things.
So when you get it made, and the ivy upon the blade is now a permanent jade tinge to it. So you now have your sword with a sort of jade green colouring on it.
I will make you the Bretonian Green Knight model.
Why this used to be more emerald?
As you wield the blade, Gawain, you will know that this rune will do extra damage when you hit them against chaotic creatures, not evil. So if you go to page 584, if you haven't already, the holy rune, if you don't know it already, is normally extra damage. It's good damage versus evil targets. Yours is lawful damage against chaotic targets.
Yeah, so it's axiomatic. Cool.
Yep. And the enfeeble, if you're evil and carrying it, you're enfeebled. If you're chaotic and carrying it, you're enfeebled. So just switch those types, and that's what your rune does.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it's an axiomatic rune instead of a holy rune. But yes, I know what you mean.
Except for the fact that I think you still get the activate command.
So command frequency once per day. Trigger, you critically succeed at an attack roll against a chaotic creature. Change that to effects. You regain HP equal to double the chaotic creature's level. This is a lawful positive healing effect. So still have that, but not the good bits. What good for lawful and evil for chaotic.
Cool. I will scurry back with his precious heirloom.
You are very aware that it is in greater state than it was when it left you.
I mean, it's bloody heavy, I'll tell you that. Here you go. One sword, one pair of boxing gloves, two bracers. I hope they really fit on Gideon's wrists. Some healing potions and some antidote potions. And I got myself some nice things too. There you go. See it? Don't ever say that I don't treat you guys.
Nice.
Thank you.
And next time, take the money.
Sure, thank you.
So, shopping is done, stuff is done, crafting is done. You have a better sword. You sleep for the evening. Yep. As you all get your heads down, can you draw a card, please, Sinis?
Yeah, I need to draw what I'm going to put on me for the next day. 1 second.
Well, if you want to draw for that, I need to draw for your sleep.
I'll do the sleep first.
Okay.
Come on. Yeah, wait for Google, sorry.
Goddamn Google.
Alright. Come on. There we go. So sleep it's a Knight of Pentacles. So it's hard work, productivity and routine.
Okay.
The next day for me is an inverted fool, so I'm going to have lots of bright colours and shit all over me.
Rainbow, baby.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So, during the evening, you fall into your sleep, and you have dreams all the time, Sinis. It is just part of your existence. Your ability to read fate, your bardic ways, you're used to them. You dream of the fountain you saw before, but in a it's like half made, and you see lots and lots of very small wormling, almost gecko-sized, like it's sort of, you know.
Is this the fountain outside this nightly order that's got the ice in it, or
It's
is
the
this
fountain
the
you're putting the glaive into.
That's what I was just clarifying which fountain it was. Yep.
You see that in its half-made state, with lots and lots of wormlings carrying lots and lots of tiny, they look like pebbles, to the fountain, and there's a rinse and repeat of them building it, pebble by pebble, like the biggest Lego bloody thing you've ever seen. And there's loads and loads of these little wormlings. All the wormlings have emerald colouring to them, and they are proper tiny, like I say, gecko-sized. What are you doing, Gawain? Rolling a goddamn 32 attack.
Hitting a training dummy.
You miss. The dummy fights back. And slowly but surely this fountain starts to get made. Around the side of the fountain you see several satyr playing panpipes and flutes, having some sort of picnic in the woods type thing as they're watching. And you see a single satyr walking back and forth, kind of just checking on them in a fatherly way is probably the wrong description, in a protective way, with a glaive very similar to the one that you saw wreathed in hellfire. And at the edge of that glade where that fountain is, you see an orc with their skin greened by the magic of Emrys, stood there staring into that scene, and they look very, very upset.
Have I seen the orc before?
You have not. And they are, what's the word? They're nondescript.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's no features that stand out.
Cool. That's fine.
Gawain, can you give me a will save? Got it right, there we go.
Our character's dead, we're all done. Nat 20 going.
Oh, Jesus. There's your nat 20, lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have done with some adamantine. You dream of adamantine and what it could have been. Yeah, so while you're asleep, the sword being what it is to you and its sentimental value, you're almost 6 cents aware of like it being laid next to your bed type thing, or wherever you've put it. You just know where it is, and you every now and then you'll check, because it's just reflex of checking. This particular evening, maybe it's Gideon's presence, or the sword now imbued with the holy energy of the Ivy Knight. There's just something a bit restless about your sleep. You stand in a forest, not Emrys. It's just a forest. There's nothing magical or enchanted or fae-like about it. It's just a very basic beige forest. However, the person stood in front of you is akin to your build and dress, but they have a great helm on covering their face, and there are just wisps of green hair at the bottom, and upon their back is a great sword that makes clouds look like a toothpick. If you know, you know.
Overcompensating.
And they just stand in front of you, and there is a red ribbon in their left hand that they just hold out, and they let go of the red ribbon, and it fucks off on a breeze that you never felt coming. As it wisps away, you feel a pull on your being to kneel before this entity,
okay.
But you don't, and you wake in the morning. The feeling was a forced feeling, not a request.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not
when
normal.
I wake up in the morning, can I booty call nuts?
If you want, you can indeed.
Because that's what everyone else has decided to call it.
Yeah, you can indeed. The morning comes, the rest of you, the 2 goblins sleep well. Gideon, you assume, sleeps well. He's given his own room. He is already at breakfast when you go down into the large eating hall.
Has he got his woad on?
Yes, so his ward today, but he's only got it on his right shoulder. He's not done his entire body yet.
I was going to offer to show him the shiny colours that I have to see if he wanted to do anything else or if he wanted me to help.
Well, he's just on his right shoulder. You can see in front of him a massive bowl of oats and a massive bowl of some sort of thick paste that he seems to be just dabbing on himself. And, yeah. So you approach and ask him about his ward. He is more than happy to take your lead on ward. As long as there is mountains into the design.
That's fine. I'll help him with whatever he wants.
Cool. Gavin, you booty call nuts.
Basically, just give a very short appraisal of how much time you expect to be still in Valcow. Basically, less than a day. We should be back with them this afternoon, this evening.
Oh, are you coming alone or? You're talking to an acorn, by the way. And the acorn's talking back. It's got a little smiling face on it.
We're coming +1. I've discovered my squire. He's a strapping 9-foot. Bolshoi.
He's a Bolshoi. Well, I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, I figured you'd like him.
Could you do me a favour and bring me a small surprise from the city?
Sure. Anything you don't like?
Truth be told, I don't really like broccoli.
You're allergic to bananas?
Are you saying you're bringing me a banana, Gavin?
No, I'm just not sure. I haven't. I'll bring you something.
Okay. See you all soon. Stay safe. How's Talwyn? How's Talwyn?
Talwyn's great. He's loving it.
Okay.
His second check.
Bye bye. And you get the feeling it's like bye bye to the acorn. Bye bye. Love you. Kisses. How do you hang up? She's still talking a bit.
Hangs up first. How does this work? How does this work? Do I put it in my pocket first, or do you put it in your pocket?
Don't put nuts in your pocket, mate. You'll have
do I put it in my mouth?
Wow. You just hear a. And the chat have just heard a cow moo, so that'll be a quite interesting timing.
That's how you turn it off, you moo at it.
Yeah, you are aware the magic of the acorn has stopped.
That's cool. Dumplings for breakfast is what I think we need.
Alright.
Or are we having muesli?
You eat what you want, Gavin. You do you, boo-boo. You do you.
Oh, just asking Sinis what breakfast entails for her new strapping son.
I was going to say, Sinis is just like on a step ladder round the back of him. Say what now?
Here comes the aeroplane.
she's painting all over. Yeah.
I'm doing his work.
She's getting him dressed for school. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
He is eating almost the dish they bring it out for folk to help themselves. He's eating from that, and it's thick oats.
Y'all want some woad?
Yeah.
I know I say no if you think it's appropriate.
I'm assuming ivy?
It's just blue, isn't it?
What?
No, the way you can't see Tomei shaking his head behind you.
He has thick paste, she has a colour palette.
So
yeah, sure. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit in this chair if you want to graffiti me, knock yourself out.
Awesome.
Lord knows you've been through enough.
While you're sat there, do you want to hand your squire these, or do you want him to earn them?
If you've any braces of armor.
Yes.
I would just hand them to him. He's earned them.
Do you want me to hand them to him, or do you want you to hand them?
Yeah. It'll foster trust between you and him. But you have my blessing if he says he requests it, or I'm right next to you, for Christ's sake, just do it.
I'll stand on the table and I'll look roughly at his nipple, probably at this point, if he sat down.
He does a little flex in his chest, like with bubble.
And I look up at his face. I have bought you a present, O walking mountain. You're supposed to wear them on your wrists, and it'll be harder to hit you.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Do you not speak common?
I do speak common. Why?
Oh, you just speak it strangely.
I have to shout loudly because I'm not entirely sure. You might have a bird's nest in your ear.
I'm not the one with the ferret.
Hey, ferrets are not birds.
Thank you for the gift.
No worries. I'll put them here. When Sinus has finished art attacking you, I'm sure you'll be able to put them on.
Thank you. And Gideon puts the braces down. You do notice that as the exchange happens, as Gideon's got hold of them, there is a seamless shift in size. And then when he puts them down and takes his grip off them, they shrink to average humanoid size.
Right, okay. That's everybody's gifts.
Magically fit?
Are you sure they definitely don't want anything, Sinus? Nothing at all?
I'm literally going to shout from round the back of of Gideon. No, I'm good.
Fucking paintbrush needs replacing.
Okay.
You should say that. I had an idea. I'm just suddenly inspired by something.
Is your word magical, Sinus?
You can't. No.
Why don't you get magical wood?
Yeah, that.
Literally just going to kind of stop and it's like, I've just never considered it. I just draw what is right on the day. I don't really need it to be magical. Is your world magical?
Yes.
Cool. You'll have to show me how you do it. If that's alright with you.
His massive head nods. And he just sort of he's leaning his shoulder, and he taps his shoulder, and you're obviously behind him. He goes, "The mountains protect."
Yeah, I'm painting mountains all over him in his
that shoulder bit's the bit he did with his finger paint and his paste, as opposed to your beautiful thing. I will show you.
Oh, I will show you how to make more colours. We will trade that knowledge.
I will show you
In the world. I'm not getting on a carpet that flies.
That's good, because I don't think the carpet would ever get off the floor with you on it.
Looks at Gabain. Did you just call me fat? So, you are eating your breakfast.
What? I didn't call you anything.
I'm asking about Zek.
Oh, Zek. I'm sorry. I zoned out for a minute. I was thinking, my mind was elsewhere.
You swap magical items. You have your breakfast. Ward is applied. You essentially have a day or afternoon to prepare, morning to prepare to go back to the druids, or to, I believe Zek is going to revisit a wizard about sending a message to Belda.
Yes.
Is there anything in Valkau you wish to do before buggering off to the druids other than speak to the wizard?
I need to go grab the clothing options for the.
Yes. So you.
But I also want to see. Is there a baker's?
Yes.
Or like a sweets maker?
Yes.
Cool. Can I pick up some sweet dumplings, please?
Sweet dumplings. You can. You can indeed. You
I need 2
enter.
boxes. One for me to eat on the way.
You enter the baker's, and there is a woman there who is about 18. She is the only human you have seen in the last day. She is a very young human girl. Her hair is covered, you assume it's dark brown of some sort, but there's got like that powder and flour all over her. She's clearly been busy that morning, and there is an array of pastries and such in the building that you're in, and there's quite a definite arcane implementation of keeping everything cool and cold. And she's just like, morning, hello, can I help you? And you can see she's kind of trying to make space behind this large table she's at.
Hi, I just wondered if you did like gift boxes.
Well, what, boxes with stuff in them a gift, or actual boxes as gifts?
The boxes of stuff with stuff in them to give us presents.
Yeah, we can sort that out. Like, what you after? She just sort of like does a bit of a. This is my beautiful assistant here. Just gestures
well, basically, like some of your finest like pastries and things that you wouldn't normally find in the wilderness, that require like skill and show off your best artisanships. But I quite like dumplings.
You should have led with that. She goes over to a thing, and just there are several colourings of dumpling. You assume they are sweet and flavoured with whatever, but there are pinks and blues and greens.
I'll ask her nicely if I can try one.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Here comes the one.
You just don't want to click it, do you?
You don't look at it.
It was the fact that as I reopened my character sheet, Tvei's fist strike rolled. And I was like, oh shit, that wasn't me rolling the dice, was it? Diplomacy 21.
Go on then. And she'll hand you, and there's a tray with these different coloured dumplings on. They're pretty damn tasty.
I'll take like a bite to taste it, and in that kind of yum yum, and then just literally gobble the thing and then down like in seconds.
She's like, okay.
I like to smile in a bit of a silly kind of
and then just
5-year-old
sugar all over your face.
Sweet, yeah.
Jeez, something in your teeth. Anyway, how many would you like?
No. I'll have a box, please. However many is like a normal sort of gifty, presenty box thing.
Are you in a baker's? Do you want a dozen?
Yeah.
13
how many
it
do
is.
you normally give to a person?
Well, who's the person? Are they a family, friend, lover?
About your size, bit bigger.
About my size, but yeah, but like sentimentally, are you courting them, or is it for a party, or is it just to your grandmother, grandfather? Then what? I understand.
They are a friend. They're a friend,
understand.
and they just asked for something from the city.
Are you? How long have you been? Just friends.
About 3 days.
And you've gone straight to sweet dumplings. I like your style. And as she's saying this, she's putting these sweet dumplings. Everyone likes dumplings. It's a good choice. I'm going to put a few of these ones in. And because they're my personal favourite, and I know if somebody, as a friend, brought me these, I'd be very happy with them. And she's putting these like extra. They're a bit more extravagant, like they've had a bit more decoration put on them and stuff. They're just love arts. They're not, but brings them on. Yeah, so there's a box. There's about 13 in there. I say about. You eat one. You've eaten one.
I think you can have another box, which is less ostentatious, which is just for me and my friends to eat on the way home.
It's just, I see a bit of courage. Okay. And she sorts you out another box. Do you, 3 silver? She looks
sure.
at you. She looks at you like she was reaching. Yeah, 3 silver. Yeah. Just takes the coins as you give her it. 2 of them go in her pocket. 1 of them goes in a little chest behind the table.
This is when I get really, really awkward and go, have you got change for a gold?
Yeah. So, and she'll sort you out the change.
Thank you.
Good luck with your friend. I hope she
I'm sure she'll love them. They're really nice. He says Gavain with literally 2 of the other box already in his mouth. Like leave.
She leaves. You leave. She leaves. She leaves. I've a shot. I'm rich now. I've got 3 silver.
She leaves. I'm stuck in a cake shop going, well, here goes my waistline.
So, you head back with your cakes, and we shall call the session there before the lovely Zek goes and speaks to his wizard. So, that's it. Thank you very much for this evening's fun. I've had a bit of a laugh, even though it didn't progress as far as I thought it was going to, but I've really enjoyed myself. Thank you to those that have watching, etc. Kerry, I was all over that. The wild pastries ruined me on the inside, but I wanted to keep
so
faith.
sad. If it's when you were like pastries that you don't find like in commonplace, and I'm like, is there like wild fucking dumplings out there?
Just like running around smashing haggis up, you know what I mean?
There's Danish pastry taking over the world.
Just stood there getting out in the mud. They do move in herds.
There's a,
yeah, no, I just can't.
Yeah, there's your next plot arc right there.
I know, right?
So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching the VOD on Twitch or YouTube, check out everything else we've done. Thank you to our sponsors, Just Games and Sawdustandswearwords. Thank you to the players for jumping in. That's 8 sessions in now, so that's, what, nearly 24 hours of fun, we'll call it fun, that we've had thus far. So join us next week, Saturday, unless anything goes wrong. Saturday... Why? Oh, shit, yeah. While we're here, so it's my wife's birthday next weekend, so we won't be playing next Saturday because she's going out.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
She's just reminded me waving an implement in her hands, and it wasn't, it was a sharp implement. Yeah, so we won't be on next Saturday due to birthday shenanigans, but we'll be on the week after, 8 o'clock on our channel, 8 o'clock, British summertime. So yeah, so please join us there and stay safe. Enjoy the new lockdown, and yeah, we'll see you all soon. So for now, say goodbye, players.
Goodbye, players.